Imagine for a moment waking up. Not that invigorating awakening promised by sales representatives, but a visceral exhaustion, a weight on the bones that defies medical logic. It's as if, during sleep, the very architecture of your being is being dismantled and reassembled, piece by piece. And then there's the sound, a persistent buzzing, a high-pitched frequency that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. Time, that constant we thought we controlled, begins to dissolve, hours evaporate, days merge, and what remains is an unsettling feeling that something fundamental is slipping through your fingers. It's easy, almost tempting, to classify this as the malady of the century. Stress, anxiety, or a malfunction in the body's chemistry. But if we look through the lens of hidden history, we see another pattern emerging. What the body feels is not a malfunction, it's a response to a detection signal. We are witnessing the acceleration of a planetary transition overseen by intelligences operating in the folds of sacred geometry, the so-called Arcturians. You are not feeling this by chance. Your biology has been marked to support a system upgrade. And here lies the most difficult truth. The Arcturians, with all their spiritual technology, are not saviors descending from the heavens. They are catalysts. They came to activate what already exists in latency within you. The collapse of the world out there is only a pale reflection of the immense reconstruction that is occurring right now within your own chest. If you are ready to better understand this change we are going through, leave a comment saying, "I have been detected." The collapse you see everywhere. Look around you. The world is in chaos. Political systems are disintegrating. Economic structures are trembling. Relationships that seemed solid are collapsing. You might think this is just a social crisis, another cycle of human turbulence. But you are only seeing the surface. Beneath it all, something much deeper is happening. The three-dimensional matrix, the frequency system that has kept humanity in density, in separation, in fear, is reaching the end of its lifespan. For thousands of years, human consciousness was anchored in a linear and dense reality, a construct governed by the frequencies of fear, competition, survival, and radical separation. Everything was designed to keep the infinite potential of the soul confined within the narrow limits of the material world. But the cosmic clock struck midnight. The age of density has ended. As our solar system moves deeper into the high-frequency photon belt, Earth is being bathed in a level of cosmic radiation we haven't seen in over 26,000 years. This is not science fiction. This is what astronomers are measuring. This is what the Arcturians are using as an opportunity for intervention. The structure of the old reality cannot withstand this new voltage. It's like trying to run advanced virtual reality software on a 20-year-old computer. The system simply crashes. The chaos you see is not a sign that things are going wrong. It's a sign that the old program is being forcibly uninstalled. This dissolution is not random. It is orchestrated. Photonic light is acting as a universal solvent, breaking down the rigid structures of thought, society, and matter. What once seemed solid and immutable now reveals itself to be fragile and temporary. This is the great revelation. The security you sought in the external world was never real. It was an illusion maintained by a low and stable frequency, which is now being irrevocably raised. The external collapse is designed to force an internal choice. Will you cling to the wreckage of the old world sinking with it in fear and confusion? Or will you let go and allow the current of the new frequency to carry you to the next phase of evolution? The dissolution of the matrix is not the end. It is the clearing of the ground for new construction, and that construction begins within your own body. What's happening inside you? Your body is not just flesh and bone, it is a living laboratory where divine transformation is taking place now. The Arcturians are using advanced lightship technology to transmit high-frequency photonic codes directly to Earth's crystalline grid. These are not just random signals, they are software updates for human consciousness. Every photon that enters your body carries information. Every wave of cosmic radiation that touches your skin rewrites the code of your biology. This explains why everything in your life seems to be accelerating uncontrollably. The old systems, financial, social, political, even your personal relationships, cannot survive this massive voltage increase. They were built on the low vibration architecture of the old world. Now they are literally being vibrated away. That's why you see the external world in so much friction. But here is the secret the Arcturians want you to understand. The 3D matrix isn't just failing, it's being intentionally dissolved. And your life isn't collapsing, it's falling away. It's moving away from you so that something new can emerge. Think of it like a snake shedding its skin. The old, tight, restrictive skin needs to break and be left behind so that the new one can reveal itself. You are in this shedding process, and it's uncomfortable, vulnerable, and absolutely necessary. This internal recalibration is the root cause of the symptoms you are experiencing. Modern culture, with its purely materialistic view, pathologizes this process. It calls it depression, anxiety, burnout. But ancient traditions, such as shamanism and Taoism, have always understood these periods as initiations, as the dark night of the soul, a rite of passage to a higher level of consciousness. You are not ill. You are undergoing transmutation, and this is exactly where most of us get stuck. We even understand what is happening in the spirit, but our physical body, our temple, seems unable to keep up with the voltage of this new energy. It is as if we are trying to run a heavy electrical current through wires that were not made for it. Drink more pure water than usual. Water is a conductor. It helps your body integrate the new light codes and release the physical and energetic toxins that are being purged. Imagine that each glass of water you drink is cleansing your cells and preparing them to maintain a higher frequency. It's a simple but profoundly effective practice to support your biology in this upgrade. What is happening within you is a microcosmic reflection of what is happening in the macrocosm. The universe is expanding, and so are you. Resisting this expansion is the source of all suffering. Surrender is not passivity. It is an act of supreme courage. You are allowing a higher intelligence to operate through you, and the physical signals your body sends are the exact map of this divine operation. The signals your body is sending. You may be experiencing profound bone exhaustion that no amount of sleep can cure. This isn't because you're weak. It's because your mitochondria, the power plants of your cells, are being restructured. They are learning to process photonic light as fuel, a much more refined energy source than just glucose. This upgrade process consumes an immense amount of vital energy, leaving you temporarily exhausted. You may be hearing high frequencies in your ears, that constant buzzing or intermittent whistling. Your internal radio is tuning in to the high-frequency transmissions from Arcturian motherships and other galactic consciousnesses overseeing this transition. Your nervous system is being rewired to handle a much higher voltage of consciousness, and these sounds are the audible feedback from this neurological upgrade. This often manifests as sudden waves of anxiety, heart palpitations, or waves of heat that rise up the spine. While Kundalini energy, the life force dormant at the base of the spine, begins to clear the final blockages at your meridian points, the Arcturians are working specifically on the pineal gland. They are helping to decalcify your third eye, to allow you to perceive the geometries and realities of the higher dimensions. You may be experiencing wandering aches and pains, flu-like symptoms without an actual virus, or sudden changes in diet and sleep patterns. These are all signs that your cellular structure is becoming less dense and more fluid. You are literally learning to hold more light within your flesh. Don't resist these changes. The more you cling to old habits, heavy foods, and dense emotions, the harder and more painful the recalibration becomes. These signs are not random. They are a map. Each symptom is pointing to a specific area of your being that is being updated. Instead of fearing these signs, learn to listen to them with curiosity. Your body is communicating with you, guiding you through the greatest transformation it has ever known. The next step is not just to endure, but to actively participate, using specific protocols to anchor this new energy. Here's what you can do right now, in this moment, to work with what's happening in your body. Sit in a place where you feel safe. Place your bare feet on the ground if possible, or simply place your hands over your heart. Take 3 deep breaths, but not forced ones. Let the air enter naturally. As you breathe, visualize a column of sapphire blue light descending from the top of your head, coming from the cosmos. This light is not just an image. It is a real frequency transmitted by Arcturian consciousness. It descends through your crown, passes through your spine, illuminates every cell, and anchors itself deeply in the crystalline heart of the new earth. Feel this vertical connection, a pillar of light that stabilizes you between heaven and earth. You are the bridge. You are the channel through which cosmic and earthly energies meet and integrate. Now, with that clear image in your mind, say internally or aloud, I release my attachment to the collapsing 3D matrix. I surrender all my fear, all my scarcity, all the linear limitations that have kept my soul in density. I open my heart and my cellular structure to the incoming photonic codes. I am a sovereign architect of the 5D frequency. Continue the affirmation. My DNA is recalibrating. I am stable. I am secure. I am evolving. Feel the power of these words. They are not just positive phrases. They are quantum commands. You are instructing your cells and your energy field to align with your highest intention. You are reclaiming your authority as a conscious creator of your reality. Do this once a day, preferably at dawn or dusk, when the veils between dimensions are thinnest and Earth's frequencies are in transition. This is not a religious ritual. It's a technical alignment with what's already happening in your body. You are shifting from reactive passenger mode to conscious pilot mode, actively navigating this transition. This simple yet powerful protocol creates a coherent force field around you. It protects you from the chaotic fluctuations of the collapsing matrix and accelerates your own recalibration. By practicing it daily, you strengthen your ability to maintain the new frequency. This not only transforms your personal experience, but also contributes to the stabilization of the new Earth grid for everyone. As the biological transformation you are experiencing is the key to everything. The biological transformation that nobody is talking about. The transition from 3D to 5D is not merely a psychological shift or an alteration in your belief systems. It is a profound biological metamorphosis. For thousands of years, most of human DNA remained dormant, labeled as junk DNA by a science that did not yet understand multidimensionality. In fact, these strands were disconnected to allow for the profound separation experience that defines 3D reality. Now, under the guidance of Arcturian light technology and the influx of gamma rays from the galactic center, these dormant strands are being re-electrified. Your 12 strands of DNA, which were reduced to only 2 functional strands in 3D humanity, are being systematically reactivated. This is the true Great Awakening. It is not a social event. It is a biological event that happens at the most fundamental level of your being. This is intense. For many, it is physically exhausting, but it is also the clearest sign that you are evolving. The Arcturians are not doing this to you. They are doing it with you in response to your own soul readiness. Your biology is becoming less dense, shifting from a carbon base to a crystalline silicon matrix. You are literally learning to hold more light within your flesh. Your cellular structure is becoming crystalline. This means you are developing the ability to resonate with much higher frequencies, to process information directly from the quantum field, and to communicate telepathically.
And maybe this is the moment everything changes. Not because something outside of you forced it, but because something inside of you finally remembered who you are. The Arcturian reset was never about rescue. It was never about waiting for a signal in the sky or a voice from beyond the stars. It was about the silent decision that happens within a human heart. The moment you stop betraying your own truth just to stay comfortable in a familiar illusion. Right now, as you listen to these words, timelines are not splitting somewhere far away. They are splitting inside you. One path leads back to sleep, back to doubt, hesitation, and the quiet surrender of your potential. And the other path, the rarer path, is the one where you stand up internally and say, "No more. I am ready." Ready to see clearly. Ready to let go of what no longer aligns. Ready to step into the version of yourself that always existed, but was waiting for your permission to emerge. This reset does not need your perfection. It needs your awareness. It needs your courage to stop running from your own power, because the truth is, the window doesn't stay open forever. Every moment you hesitate, you are either reinforcing the old identity or strengthening the new one. And one day, you will look back at this exact period of your life and realize this was the turning point. Not marked by chaos, but by clarity. Not by noise, but by a quiet inner certainty that you were done living small. So don't wait for confirmation from the world. The world will always reflect who you decide to be. Stand still for a moment. Breathe. Feel your own presence. Because the reset isn't coming. It's here. And the question was never whether the Arcturian reset would happen. The question was always whether you would be brave enough to happen with it.